Welcome to Learn to Live Stress-Free. This is Christine Wright with Dr. Robert Wright Jr. of www.stressfreenow.info.
Hi, this is Dr. Bob, the Stress and Pain Relief Doctor, coming to you today from the deck of a cruise ship unexpectedly in Copenhagen, Denmark. I thought I was going to be ashore in the city, but I'm not. I'm on the deck of the cruise ship I'm on. And so this is about how to turn lemons into lemonade. And what's even better is how to turn lemons into sweet lemonade. So instead of having to pay for the shuttle to go ashore, and then having to pay for the metro to go into the city center, and then having to pay to come back, and having to pay to have lunch, by staying on the ship, I got lunch for free, and I discovered there's a walking track here. So you can walk or jog, and I can burn off those calories that I got from my free lunch. Well, it's not really free, paid for the cruise. So the thing is that when you keep your sense of humor, no matter what happens, what you'll find is that there's always some type of silver lining in whatever situation you might find yourself in. So, for example, the Chinese word for crisis, the Chinese character for crisis has two parts. It has crisis and it has opportunity. And so what I'm suggesting to you, yes, a crisis can be really rough, but it usually presents one or more additional opportunities, but the opportunities often don't appear to you unless you take a deep breath, slow down, and pull back to see what's really going on in this situation. What is the universe telling me? Is there some other message or meaning that I can take from this adversity? And so I know I've talked to you in the past about this thing called catastrophic bifurcations. And so in laywoman's parlance, it's simply a before and after moment. So for example, a person who was perfectly healthy and then they were in a car accident and then paralyzed, that is a before or after. So previous to the accident, they could walk, and then their life was changed forever because now they were paralyzed. And so what I'm saying to you is that if you reflect on your life, you'll start to see that you most likely, if you live long enough, you've had many of these type of events, some small, some large. And however, what I'm suggesting is that if you become reflective, or I should say more reflective, you can find that you can transform or reframe these past memories into something else that will help to elevate your consciousness. And so here's what I mean. Here would be an analogy. Think of runners running a race, or like a relay race around a track. And so you have different levels. You have a person running a race around the track. Then you have a person running around a track with hurdles. Then you have on that same track a person running and then going over the high jump. And then there's also a person running and then going up over the pole vault. So what I'm suggesting to you is that when you learn how to take time out to reflect, to see how can I turn this lemon experience into lemonade, when you elevate it to the top level, you'll move from the regular track through the hurdles, through the high jump, right into the pole vault. Now, pole vaulting is you're using a pole and you're going at least 18 feet up in the air. And so this gives you a top-down view and experience. And so to be able to do that, the experience is exhilarating. It will put you in a flow state so that you will simultaneously be experiencing peak experience and peak performance. And so this doesn't just happen, but as you live and become more mindful, you'll find that your skills and ability to fall into these type of flow states can happen more often. So the main thing is that in those states, you have an elevated relaxation response. And sometimes, depending on what it is, you may actually have the experience of time elongation where time seems to slow down. I think everybody has had the experience when you're doing something enjoyable, the experience of time quickening. So, you're playing some game and then you look up and it's 4 o'clock in the morning when you should have been sleeping, but you're having so much fun. So conversely, you can have the experience where I know I've had this experience where I've been driving and cars coming down the highway spinning circularly because they hit invisible ice visible to the eye and going past me at 55 to 60 miles an hour spinning. And it was the time seemed to slow down. So I was moving, I felt as if I was moving in slow motion, even though I knew I was driving at 50 miles an hour. And so fortunately, I was able to steer out of that situation successfully, but that gave me the experience of seeing how time can slow down. And then, of course, playing enjoyable games like Spider Solitaire, how time can just speed by. And so this is Dr. Bob signing off from Copenhagen, Denmark, wishing you well and hoping that you continue to learn how to modulate your attention. Because when you do so, just like with a car, you can be in park, reverse, neutral, or drive. So from Stress Free Now podcast, until next time, and if you like what you hear, please subscribe and share our podcast with family and friends. Be safe and be well from stressfreenow.info.